This is a SonShineFilms production. Like, comment, and subscribe. Join the fam. In association with the fine people over at That Dope Soap and Candle Company, with a large variety of products, soaps, candles, and all types of smelling good deliciousness. Join and follow That Dope Soap Candle Company for all your soap and candle needs. Get your chi cleansed, cleanse your spirit, cleanse your soul, and cleanse your body while you at it. That Dope Soap and Candle Company, cleanse your body and soul. Also in association with the fine people over at Hello Fear Clothing Company, when you're ready to face your fear and look good doing it. Raising these babies is a full-time job. Okay, fellas, we're going to read a book before we take our nap. Is that okay? Mm-hmm. Okay. Today's book is called Blast Off. Oh, Blast Off. And it's written by Linda C. Kane, bless you, and Susan Rosenbaum. And it's illustrated by Leo and Diane Dillon. Okay? That's what I heard about. And this book says, to all the children of the known and unknown universe. That's who it's written for. Okay? And this book, of course, is called Blast Off. Great. Okay. For as long as she could remember, Regina Williams wanted to be an astronaut. She dreamed about it, she talked about it, and she drew pictures of astronauts anywhere and everywhere. One day, Regina was drawing a rocket ship on the sidewalk in front of her house. Two of her friends walked over to look at the picture. "What are you doing, Regina?" asked Rico. "Can't you see I'm drawing a picture?" "But what's that funny shaped thing?" asked Missy. A rocket ship. "That's a rocket," Regina asked. "Someday I'm going to be an astronaut and fly a real spaceship. I'll zoom through the sky into space. I'll find new worlds and maybe meet new people. And I'll come back and be famous." That's gonna be Missy looked at Rico and they both laughed. "Stop kidding us, Regina," Rico said. "You'll never be an astronaut." Regina sighed. "Don't you guys care about anything but fooling around?" Rico and Missy just shook their heads and walked away. Regina went back to her drawing, but somehow the rocket didn't look as good as it had before. Regina walked up the street to the empty lot and found some pipes, boxes, cans, and an old tire. "Wow," she thought, "this stuff will make a great spaceship." Regina piled a few boxes on top of each other. Then she took an old trash can that she had mashed in by the street cleaners, "This will be my space capsule," she said. Regina began to get excited as she worked on her spaceship. She worked very hard. Would her dreams of being an astronaut really come true? At last, the spaceship was ready for blastoff. Regina sat down in the seat, and it felt great to be at the controls of her spaceship. She checked the controls, and the countdown began. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1,
0.
Blast off!
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift off, Starlink 47.
Vehicle is pitching downrange.
That's what's called.
All of a sudden, Regina could feel the ship shaking around her. "My ship is moving," she yelled. "I'm leaving the ground." Regina sat frozen in her seat. "It's really true. I'm moving through the sky, into space. As Regina looked through a hole in the capsule, her eyes grew wide in wonder. She saw the blue-green Earth below her. Wow! I never would have guessed that the Earth was so small. The blackness of space was dotted with stars. Look at all those stars, Regina said. There are so many of them. What's that thing coming at me? I bet it's a weather station. It can tell the weather way ahead of time. I wonder what all those things are floating in space. Regina leaned back in her seat and began to get a funny feeling in her stomach, the kind that comes from being alone. It looked as if the blackness of space would never end. It's getting so lonely up here, she said quietly. Bang! What was that? Yells Regina. It shook the whole ship. It must have been a meteor or something. Bam! Help! My ship is being hit from all sides. It feels like it's falling apart. Crash! All of a sudden, everything was quiet again. Regina opened her eyes and slowly crawled out of the spaceship. Rico and Missy ran up to her. Where have you been, Regina? We've been looking for you. I just went on a trip into outer space, Regina said proudly. Ha! The only trip you ever took was off this pile of junk, Rico said. Doesn't seem like they're really her friends, does it? No, I was in outer space. I saw a weather station and some meteors banged into me. Rico and Missy just looked at each other. Oh, come on. You were just dreaming, Rico said, laughing. Regina didn't say anything. She just looked at them with a knowing smile. Blastoff was written by Linda C. Kane and Susan Rosenbaum and illustrated by Leo and Diane Dillon, who worked together on more than 50 children's books and were awarded the Lifetime Achievement Award by the Society of Illustrators in 2008. Okay, fellas, what y'all think about that book?
Cool.
It's a cool story. I know you told me you wanted to be an astronaut, right, Celine? That's good. You know, it's a company called SpaceX. You too?
No.
You want to go in space too? Oh, that's good.
3 of us can go to the same rocket ship.
I know if you go to space, you taking Daddy with you. I know I'm trying to get a
Elizabeth.
spot. Okay, that's good. That's good.
So we can have space pets.
Space pets too?
Mhm.
That sounds good, bro. That sounds good. All right, fellas, y'all ready for y'all nap? Y'all had lunch? We read a nice story. Y'all ready to take a nap, get recharged? All right, fellas. Remember, like, comment, subscribe. Join the fam.